Hi, beautiful Sagittarius. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Sagittarius, this is your monthly read for November. And we're going to start with the underlying current here, the underlying energies for your entire month. And the month of November is a portal month, 11, right? So we have every single day an opportunity to step through to something new. So what is going on for Sagittarius, please, for the month of November? The owl. That was a while back that I had this card. Interesting. So this is obviously not going to be for everyone, but interesting. Look at it's owl cards. It's about wisdom. It's about perspective. It's about having a 360-degree perspective on things, like understanding that it's not just one view or one angle, or like there's so many people in the mix. There's so many opinions, so many perspectives in the mix. So it's not one truth, one fact, one, fits all. It's just the owl is about wisdom and understanding that it is as many aspects of something or perspectives of something as there are people having thoughts. Not even as there are people, because no person is intact, is one, that too is very broad. So there's something about a broad picture, broad perspective, understanding other people's perspectives, even understanding when other people don't understand your perspective. That's taking it really far, but yeah. And then there's something that's probably not going to be for every single Sagittarius, but I am so drawn. So you see this owl, it's like a mask that she's there's a woman that has, or an angel that has taken down the mask, like the mask of an owl. She's holding that there and taking it away from her face. And so you see her face, and then on top of her face, on top of her head, there is like a flower arrangement, if you will. There's a little flower situation there going on top of her head. And then if you just look right to the right of her head, like to the video's left, but to her right, there's another flower arrangement, but it's not, you can't see the face. I see the face of this woman and the flower arrangement, and I see the flower arrangement, but there's no face. Like the owl doesn't feel connected to that. So there's another face there. So I just feel like for some Sagittariuses, there's a wish to have to have your soulmate, to have your divine counterpart, to have that someone to share everything with. And it's really showing up in your underneath it all energy here, okay? We're going to see how that fits in later. Okay, so what do we have here for Sagittarius for the month of November, please? There you go. Sagittarius. It's a little electrical energy, a little fiery energy. Oh, look at this then. Wow. Okay, so for some, so we have loyal heart. Again, that might be a real thing for Sagittarius, that you're just sharing that, you have the same, and not the same, but similar hats, similar things on your head. First we have flower arrangements, and now we have crowns sitting on top of those owls. And do you see that? Like we have the owl here, and then we have two owls coming out with a loyal heart. I love this. I love the synchronicity in this. But then we also have, and we also have the higher power. So if this is not a person, if Sagittarius is not looking for another person, for a romantic partnership, for a soul tribe friend, for any type of I'm trying to think of the word physical alive person. This might also be the connection, like you're looking for that connection with the higher power, with your inner knowing. We're going to see how this is playing out. Is there anything else here? We want to get all the cards on the table, and then we're going to really get into the message. I also want to say that I recently started to do personal readings. So if you're interested in a personal reading, read about it in the description and send me a message. By the book, and we have 11. Just like the month 11 there. And we want to clarify this, please, for Sagittarius. Why are these energies here? Please clarify these energies. Come on. Look at this. And it's like I want to say finally. It's like a breathing out. It's like a, I wanted it for so long. I just didn't think it was going to happen. We have the Sun card explaining the energies here, clarifying the energies here. The Sun card, the happiest card in the deck. Real happiness, real joy. Together with my happily ever after. 10 of Raphael. There's a completion. There's a wholeness. There's healing. There's integration. There's... I found my person. I found my purpose. You found home. How gorgeous is this? Just one or two more cards here to clarify, to really get the message. Deception and envy. Where was it that I felt? Right. I felt there when I said, sometimes there's even a perspective to like understand that other people don't understand your perspective. And that is tied in with this deception and envy. I don't feel like there's a deceptive energy there, but I feel like there is an envious energy there. There's someone in your vicinity that is not... It's not that they're not happy for your growth or for your mindset, your perspective on things, like what you're about here to create in your life or what you have already started to create in your life. It's just the fact that they're not happy with where they're at. And it's so much more easy. Okay, so it's so funny how that works. I was a little bit upset. Long story short. I was taking my boy to daycare this morning, and we always walk. It's so close to here, and then we get our morning walk. You get to breathe in the air. It's just beautiful. Just a little short walk with him, and it just puts me in the right mindset every single morning to do these readings. And when on my way back, there was this lady with a dog, and there was this gentleman with another dog, a golden retriever, and the lady had this, really barky, like, you would think that it's the big dogs that is always like making a mess. No, it's not. It's the little ones. Beep, 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 just yabbing. And the lady, it's a neighborhood understanding. It's a neighborhood talk that what on earth is she doing to not quiet that dog? That dog barks and barks and barks, like constantly. If you walk by, it barks. If there's a dog, it barks. If there's not a dog, it barks. It's like it just barks, and it is yelling out to its leader to just please take the lead here, so I don't have to like. That dog is not happy, it needs a leader. And she has no clue. She has no clue, and you can feel it coming like a mile away that it's not, whatever you would say, she would not understand it. Like she would not hear it. She's just not. I'm telling a story here that try to put that into like, where is there someone in your vicinity that is, they're obviously having an issue. Okay, so I'm just going to move on with the story. I was a little bit confused. I was like, I'm such a happy mood. I'm like in really good energy. And it sort of caught myself right in the middle of something. And I just felt like, why am I attracting this here today? It felt really angry and hostile. And those two people, okay, one thing at a time. I almost should send that as an attachment to this video. But anyway, Sagittarius. So those two people, so the lady is passing this dog, this gentleman that has sat his dog down. That dog doesn't say diddly squat. It's just completely silent. and just sitting there is a very young dog. So that man tried to really show him, like, we're just gonna sit here, we're not gonna do anything, like, we're not gonna bother that this other dog is just going crazy right now, and that lady has there's no order here whatsoever. We're just gonna sit here. And they're sitting a little bit like away from the street. So she's walking, she could just continue to walk forward. They have removed themselves from the street and they're out on a little field, like right next to it, just sitting there and not bothering anyone. The dog barks to the point of like insanity. And the woman starts to yell at the man that is just sitting there quietly. The man is not sitting quietly, but the dog is sitting quietly and he's just managing his dog. She is starting to yell at him, saying, what? And a lot of curse words, like, what? Why aren't you taking your dog away from here? And it's almost like him and I was just passing by and I was like, well, I'm not going to get involved in this whatsoever. And it's almost like he and I just caught like a millisecond of a connection. Just, is she crazy? What does he, and then he voices it. It doesn't say that she's crazy, but he's saying, you're apparently the one with a problem. You just need to keep moving forward. I am just sitting here. We're just sitting here. We're not doing anything. And she continues to just bark at him and just saying, if you would remove your dog, I wouldn't have an issue. Would I? And I was like, oh my God, because I never really got to understood. I thought that she probably is so embarrassed every single time that she's out that she just can't control her dog. She's so in her own mind and so in her own reality that it's everyone else's fault that is creating this yelling from her dog. It's not her business at all. It's not her responsibility to shut that dog down at all. It's everyone else's fault that she has to deal with this, even though she could just keep moving forward. It wasn't like he was blocking her or anything. They have removed themselves to the side. There's a story here, and I have to say, first I was like, why did I attract this? So I then realized that I actually ended my night last night. I was watching those short videos on Instagram, those short videos, and it was so funny. It's so funny. I was crying how funny it was. If people would act as dogs, I don't know if you saw it, if people would act as dogs, so there's like normal people just crossing, like one person's in their yard and one person's crossing on the street outside, and there's like a hedge, is that what you say? Like right in between. And when they're minding their own business, and when they get to see each other, they just go at it, like at each other's throats, just yelling. And I was like, oh my God, I saw that last night. That was exactly what happened out here. They started to yell at each other, just like, and it was so funny because the woman and the dog was almost barking as like in similar tones. Like it was just hilarious. Very, very, very sad on some level, but hilarious. And then I understand now the different perspectives here. Okay, so me and that man, we were really in an understanding here that, our truth was the right truth. Her understanding was that, that man was so far out, not understanding that he was messing with her dog. She not wanting to take responsibility for it one bit. There is something here. I know I'm getting really into this very last thing of the reading here, but there's something important here. That there's someone in your vicinity. I don't feel like it's you. I just think that you need the encouragement. You need the validation that you're not crazy. That, every person's reality is objective. We even have proof of that today. We even know for a fact that and it's interesting to say that we know something for a fact when every reality is objective, because how can we then know? But anyway, there's something going on here, Sagittarius, that there's someone else in your life. Like, you have one perspective on the situation and another person has a completely different perspective, and you're not sharing this perspective. You're not sharing this idea. Him or her is not having anything. They're not having any of what you're doing. They're not understanding it. They're probably even projecting onto you. What that man said is obviously not me that has a problem. You're the one with the problem. You need to move on. And that just fired her up even more. Whatever you want to do with this perspective coming in at you, and even if that is you attracting something, okay, so maybe you even have thought, like I can be quite judgmental of myself sometimes. I'm working on that, but I can be quite judgmental that if I like this situation, I might have been an equalizer for the situation. I might have come with as much light as I possibly could, or that could have ended even worse. Like, it could have ended even worse. I sometimes just think, "Oh, why did I attract that? Am I that like far out in my energy? Why do I attract such a horrific situation, you know?" But it might not be that. It might be the fact that I just watched the other night two people going at it on Instagram. And I watched that probably like 5 or 6 times. And then I sent it to like one of my sisters, and I sent it to one of my friends because I was crying because I thought it was so funny. And so I really went into that, and then I went to bed. And it could also be for to understand a perspective, to explain a perspective for you guys here today. So I want to say, Sagittarius, if there's something going on there, to not judge yourself. Don't judge yourself, because you might actually be the light in the situation. You might actually be bringing something really good to the table, and that's why you're brought there. Not because you are so messy in your own energy, or like, I just want to take that into accountability. Accountability. Into account. What was the other thing? Yeah, you obviously do whatever you want to do with this person, with this perspective coming in, and that might even be a little bit that you feel like, are you deserving? That might even be an attraction, that you're attracting someone that is not, they're not happy with your situation, even though you're the one, like that man said, even though you're the one who's obviously not having any problems, the other one is. It's obvious that the other one is. Because you're calm, you're cool, you're in a loving place, you're in your happily ever after, you have the happiest card in the deck. So it's obviously the other one. Deception and envy that comes from you displaying something that they wish that they could have, but they don't even it doesn't even register. They don't even understand where to start. She was just going at this man in full speed, and she believed in her heart it was his fault that her dog was barking. And yeah, it was, because it was another dog showing up, and her dog is having a reaction to it. And so you could say on some level that yes, it's his fault. But then it means that she just needs to eliminate, then she shouldn't have a dog, because there's going to always be people out there walking, having dogs, having cats, having, bikes. She needs to eliminate every single person in her life for her dog to not react to anything. So there's someone here that is not happy with what you're living, and that it might be a little bit due to you not feeling quite worthy of your situation. So you have a little bit of judgment that, do you get to have such a beautiful life when some certain person next to you doesn't? Yes, you are, obviously, and you know that theoretically, but you might have attracted a situation that is questioning what you're doing because you are just settling in to have it this good. Or it's a situation where you just need to practice staying in your own integrity. Like, whatever you're choosing to do and whatever someone else chooses to do, that's not on your, like, it's just not yours. It's her job to discipline her dog. It's her job to step up and being a leader and showing that dog that we don't have to react to this other dog, especially since they're not even moving. They're just sitting there quietly. That little, almost like a young, it's not a puppy and it's not a full grown, it's just a little bit in between, and is just going, I don't even know how to react to this, but my leader here seems to be fine, so I guess I'm just gonna sit here and just be fine, you know? Okay. Wow, that was a lot of talk for just. It seems to be very important though, because you're about to meet someone very, very important on your path, whether that is a romantic partnership, or whether that is a soul tribe friend, whether that is a business partner. There's someone like a partner in crime that is about to step into your life that is going to be so significantly important to your journey. And the loyal heart is speaking about like how you will just feel so safe with this person. They're going to be so loyal to you, and there's something interesting here as well, like being so loyal to you. It's actually something that came up in a personal reading, and I sort of haven't really been thinking about this before. To be loyal to your dream, to, if you have dreams, to not sort of just, you know, I'm not gonna bother, but to just really be loyal to your dreams, loyal to yourself and loyal to your dreams. And this is a person entering your life that is not, you know, some people can slow your process down, or what, when you meet them, obviously, if this is like a romantic partnership, or even if it's a really beautiful friend and you just can't get enough of them, you just want to spend so much time with them, that maybe perhaps it's like taking you away a little bit from this connection, from your deep, like, if you, for instance, if you meditate every single day and then you meet this person and the meditation just goes out the window, you probably don't need the meditation because you're in love. You're in love in that instance. You're in happiness. So you're sort of, meditation is not really needed in that moment. But do you know what I mean? Like your spiritual path, your spiritual journey might just be, you know, going out the window when you meet them. But then soon enough, they're going to be encouraging you, inspiring you to just really get back on the track of your spiritual journey, or get back on your track to your dream or to your vision. If it's a really inspiring, uplifting, like a relationship that is, it's a contribution to your dream, to your, they're going to be as loyal to your dream as you are. Then you know it's the right person, because they're not slowing you down, they're lifting you up. And we have a higher power there. So there's a real, like right now in your life, Sagittarius, there's a real connection with your inner being. There's a real connection with spirit, with the universe, whatever you want to call it, with your higher power, which this is called. And it is a direct result. I just feel like it's interesting because the Scorpio read was about like whether it was a hen or the egg. It was just a moment of like, I don't know which one comes first. And here's the same thing. It doesn't really matter which one comes first. Whether you're in alignment, pure alignment, that has attracted this gorgeous relationship, this gorgeous opportunity. If this is not like a relationship, like a friendship, anything like that, this is just it's a passion project. It's a purpose experience. It's something that's just so vitally beautiful that is going to take place in your life. That you're in sync with it. So whether that comes first and really kicks you into alignment, you have to sort of be in the vicinity of the alignment though. Like you're in the vicinity of balance. You're on your really like on your way, really on your way. And so whether meeting this person is kicking you into pure alignment, or coming into pure alignment that is attracting this person, it sort of doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's the hen or the egg. It is just a really beautiful situation right now that is going on. And then we have by the book, number 11. And by the book is saying, and Sagittarius, I know we don't like to hear this, right? But by the book is saying, don't just continue on your path right now. Don't try anything extra, anything out of the norm, anything. You don't have to invent the wheel twice. You don't have to do anything other than what you've decided to do. It makes me think of that song with Gavin DeGraw. I haven't listened to him in ages, but when his sort of first album came out, I was floored. I don't want to be anything other than what I've been trying to be lately. I just want to be me. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous song. He sort of isn't that big in Sweden, but I think he's bigger in Americas. Gavin DeGraw can really, really, yeah, it's good. I don't want to be anything other than what I've been trying to be lately. I don't want to be anything but me, or something like that. There's something about like what you've done, what you're trying to do lately, what you've done lately, just continue on that path. Just sort of be disciplined right now. If you're thinking is not working, if you're thinking you should change something up to see some different results, you don't have to do that. Just continue on your path and just go by the book. And this is the 11 card, so it's beautiful to do every single day for the entire month of November, okay? And here we have the, like, look at this. The happily ever after and the Sun card. The Sun card is talking about real joy, contentment, satisfaction, being at peace. All those sunflowers that also talks about real happiness, and the unicorn. Like, I don't want to say once in a lifetime, because it sounds like we only have like one opportunity or one chance or one, but it doesn't work like that. If you have a wish about something, you can create it over and over again. It's just that you probably are now coming into this place, Sagittarius, where you're starting to feel at ease and more trusting of the universe, and more in, like, as you are in alignment with your higher power, things are just naturally becoming more and more beautiful. Together with this happily ever after, this is your people. This is when you find home, and you just spend time with people that hold your heart as you hold theirs. They're loyal to you as you're loyal to them. Like I said, whether this is a new friendship, whether this is a new romantic partner, whether this is a business partner, a coworker, like whatever shape or form it shows up in, it's a beautiful, beautiful relationship where you can breathe out and you can relax and you can just be your beautiful self. 19 is a prince or princess of heaven. We have a happily ever after. We have a couple of, like, the loyal heart there with the two owls looking at each other. And we also have the inkling there that, there's another phase. You want the other phase, which makes me understand that, like, this person hasn't arrived yet. If they have, they did yesterday. Like, it's so new. But for the month of November, for some of you guys that wants to find that soul tribe friend, who wants to find that, where is that beautiful person to share my business with, or wants to find that romantic partnership, the divine, your soulmate, look out for the month of November, because it's going to be a beautiful time. Okay, guys? That's what I have for you, Sagittarius. Such a gorgeous reading. And whatever you want to do with that person who's just yelling at you for leading a very beautiful life, stay in your integrity. Understand that they're coming from a place where they just don't get it. They just don't see another. You're the one with the 360-degree vision. You're the one with the wisdom. And so it might feel a little bit unfair sometimes, like, why do I have to be the bigger person always? Like, why? Because you are. Because for whatever reason, you have more wisdom, you have more awareness, you have more consciousness at your disposal. Is that what we say? At your, So just know that they're coming from a place of just really being so set in their ways and being so set in their reality that they actually think that you can't argue with them, because they think that you're the one who's in the wrong. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Did I say that I do offer personal readings? I think I did. If you're interested in a personal reading, please go read about it in the description, send me a message, and we'll take it from there. Okay. Take care, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.